Welcome to today's analysis. It's the 17th of the 5th, 2023, and we'll have a quick run over yesterday's trades for the DAX and the FTSE. We opened yesterday and we tapped the S1. I had orders in down here and didn't quite get in, but that would have been not a bad trade because it hit target, it hit the other side. Just, if we zoom in a little, didn't quite reach it. I also had an order up here for a sell targeting the close, which didn't get triggered either. If they got triggered, it would have been quite a good couple of trades, probably looking at say 1.5% maybe. How many points was that? So would have been about 2% on those trades there if you had have got in, but unfortunately I missed both of those. Didn't quite trigger. My entry was here down on the breakout short and didn't get triggered in for that long there either. Again, if you missed it here and perhaps could have got in here for the close gap as a target, would have been say 50 points. Not a bad trading day on the DAX if you had have got in. Unfortunately my orders didn't go in, and that's the drawback of not watching the market and staying back. It's great for the mentality because you don't necessarily watch what's going on and react to every little movement, but sometimes you just miss setups like that probably could have been entered. That's trading. We'll have a quick recap of the FTSE. Yesterday had a nice entry from the highs up here on the breakout long, rejected off that, targeted the close gap, probably could have gone for a further target. I also got in at this confluence here, targeting the close gap. Unfortunately it did go straight to my stop loss today, so overnight it just drifted down. If you had have stuck to the plan where it's just trade from the S2, which I did mention, unfortunately I cancelled my orders about the 22-hour mark, so wouldn't have got in, which is a good thing. Unfortunately I did negate that profit with a loss here. Unfortunately I finished the day a little bit down overall, just missing a couple of good trades and probably not setting the target out to where it probably could have gone. So overall slightly down. Let's take a look at the DAX for today. I've got my levels set up. We've got some good confluence down here again, similar to what happened yesterday. It's not quite a triple band, but it is kind of tight and strong to the downside. So if we come down at the open, a nice spike outside of the Bollinger Band and see that reversing price action, we could potentially target the gap. Unfortunately, there's not too many points in it unless you go from the S1. It's about 40 points, which is about a 1-to-1 for me. Not really looking to short anything from the upside here. It's not strong enough to sort of see any decent rejections. I might just put an order in on the purple lines, the R3 at around 16.063 and the S3 at 15.741. Obviously reversing back in towards that close gap. Other than that, not too much setting up for the DAX. Not my favourite kind of a day for trading. We'll jump over to the FTSE. Got some confluence down to the downside, hoping for some buys up to the close gap. Might be worthwhile. I'd probably put an order in on the S2. Of course I'll do the S3s just in case something major happens. In terms of shorts, I'm not overly convinced that these levels here will be a good short, or even the high, because there's nothing else around it. That's something I'll probably leave. The only option that I would consider today is probably a long off this S2 or the S3 if we do see that kind of negative movement at the open. A nice strong push out of those Bollinger Bands as usual, and enough to take us into a trade off one of these levels. That would be great, targeting the close gap, but it depends on what the market brings today. It doesn't look overly exciting, so I'm going to reduce my trades that I enter into the market as pending orders and just see where the market takes me. Thanks guys, happy trading, good luck tonight.